Good morning. Every day we wake up and step into a world where money is at the center of almost everything we do. From buying a cup of coffee to paying rent, money is the tool that keeps our lives moving forward. Let's talk about the money in our pockets, something we all rely on, often without a second thought. We trust that the bills and coins we carry will buy us what we need, and that our savings will be there when we need them. But imagine walking into your local store and seeing the price of bread double, or even triple, in just a few weeks. Suddenly, the money you worked so hard to earn doesn't stretch as far as it used to. The things you took for granted, like affording groceries or paying bills, become daily challenges. This isn't just a nightmare scenario. It's a harsh reality for millions of people in countries where the value of their currency is falling fast. News reports show long lines at ATMs, empty shelves in stores, and families scrambling to make ends meet. When this happens, your savings can lose value almost overnight. The money you set aside for emergencies or your children's future suddenly buys much less. It's a situation that creates deep anxiety and uncertainty for families everywhere. In times like these, people start searching for safer places to keep their money. Financial experts call this a flight to safety, a rush to find something, anything, that will hold its value when everything else seems to be falling apart. Throughout history, gold has been the classic safe haven. For centuries, people have trusted gold to protect their wealth during wars, crises, and economic collapses. Its shine represents stability when paper money fails. Others look to strong foreign currencies, like the US dollar or Swiss franc, hoping these will hold their value better than their own troubled money. Currency exchanges become crowded as people try to swap their savings for something more stable. The goal is always the same: to find something solid, something you can count on, when your own currency feels like it's slipping away. People want to protect their hard-earned money from forces beyond their control. When confidence in a currency collapses, it's not just investors or bankers who suffer, it's ordinary people, families, workers, retirees, who feel the pain most deeply. Everyday life becomes a struggle. Prices for essentials like food, medicine, and fuel can soar out of reach. Planning for the future becomes almost impossible when you don't know what your money will be worth tomorrow. So, in today's digital world, where do people turn when traditional money fails them? The search for new solutions is more urgent than ever. This question has sparked a global conversation, one that's led to the rise of new technologies and ideas that didn't even exist a few decades ago. People are exploring digital alternatives, hoping to find a better way to protect their wealth. Could there be a new kind of safe haven for our money? One that isn't tied to any single country or government, but exists in the digital world? That's where the story of cryptocurrency begins, a new chapter in the search for financial security. Let's explore whether digital assets like cryptocurrency can truly offer the safety and stability people crave in uncertain times. Enter cryptocurrency, digital money like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which has exploded in popularity over the past decade. These digital assets are not just a new way to pay for things online. They represent a radical shift in how people think about money, value, and financial independence. Unlike traditional currencies, which are issued and controlled by governments and central banks, cryptocurrencies are powered by decentralized networks and cryptographic technology. Created and traded entirely online, cryptocurrencies operate beyond the reach of any single government or central authority. This means that no one can simply shut them down, freeze your account, or decide to print more on a whim. Transactions are recorded on public blockchains, making them transparent and, in theory, more secure. The big selling point? No central authority can print more at will, so crypto is supposed to be immune to the inflation that destroys traditional currencies. When governments print too much money, the value of that money drops, sometimes catastrophically. Bitcoin, with its fixed supply, was designed to be different. Only 21 million will ever exist, making it scarce by design. Many see it as digital gold, a modern safe haven for wealth in uncertain times. Just as people once flocked to gold to protect their savings from economic disaster, some now turn to Bitcoin, hoping it will hold its value when everything else seems to be falling apart. The story goes, if your currency is collapsing, just convert your savings to Bitcoin and escape the chaos. In theory, this offers a lifeline to people living through hyperinflation, banking crises, or government crackdowns on personal wealth. With just a smartphone and an internet connection, anyone can move their money out of a failing system and into crypto. This idea is especially popular in countries with a history of economic turmoil. Places like Venezuela, Argentina, and Zimbabwe have seen their national currencies lose value overnight, leaving ordinary people scrambling for alternatives. For many, crypto seems like a beacon of hope, a way to protect their hard-earned savings from forces beyond their control. Crypto promises financial freedom and direct control over your assets. No banks, no middlemen, no government intervention, just you and your digital wallet. For some, this is the ultimate form of empowerment, offering a sense of security and autonomy that traditional finance can't match. But is it really a safe haven, or just a risky bet? The price of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can swing wildly, sometimes losing half their value in a matter of weeks. For every story of someone escaping financial ruin, there's another of someone losing everything to volatility or scams. The crypto world is full of passionate believers, but belief isn't proof. Online forums and conferences buzz with excitement, but hype alone doesn't guarantee safety or stability. What really happens when a country's currency collapses? Do people actually turn to crypto in large numbers, or is it just a myth? We need real evidence. Do people actually flock to crypto when their currency is in crisis? Are these stories of digital escape the exception, or the rule? To answer these questions, we need more than anecdotes. We need hard data. That's the question one of the world's biggest financial institutions set out to answer. Morgan Stanley, a giant in global finance, wanted to know if Bitcoin really lives up to its reputation as a safe haven during economic crises. Morgan Stanley decided to put the safe haven theory to the test. They gathered data from around the world, looking at how people actually use crypto when their local currencies are in trouble. What did they find? The results might surprise you. Let's dig into the data and see if Bitcoin really comes to the rescue when people need it most. In 2022, as global markets faced unprecedented uncertainty, Morgan Stanley decided to take a closer look at a growing debate in the financial world. The question: do people really turn to cryptocurrencies when their local currencies become unstable? To find out, the banking giant launched a comprehensive global investigation, aiming to cut through the noise and get to the truth. The team wanted to see if, in times of crisis, people actually move their money into crypto, or if this is just a popular myth. They looked at real-world behavior, not just headlines or hype. Leading the charge were analysts like James Lord and Simon Waver. They weren't interested in rumors or speculation. They wanted hard, verifiable evidence. Their goal was to separate fact from fiction. Their focus was on emerging markets, places where currency devaluation isn't just a theory, but a daily reality for millions. These regions offered the perfect testing ground for the so-called safe haven theory. If the idea that crypto acts as a safe haven is true, then the clearest evidence should appear in countries where people are most desperate to protect their savings from inflation and currency collapse. The Morgan Stanley team gathered massive amounts of data from dozens of countries, tracking not just what people said, but what they actually did with their money during times of economic stress. They analyzed trends in crypto app downloads and usage, looking for spikes that might coincide with local currency instability. Was there a real surge in interest, or just a lot of talk? The hypothesis was simple. If crypto truly is a safe haven, then demand should rise sharply whenever currency volatility increases. Otherwise, the narrative might not hold up. If the data didn't support the theory, it would mean that the popular belief about crypto's role in financial crises could be more fiction than fact. The results of Morgan Stanley's investigation would either challenge or confirm one of the biggest promises made by the crypto industry, changing the way we think about digital assets in times of uncertainty. So, how did Morgan Stanley measure global crypto demand? They tracked activity on the top 20 crypto exchange and wallet apps across 81 countries. By monitoring downloads and monthly active users, they got a real-time snapshot of crypto interest. Then, they compared this data to each country's currency volatility, how much its value was swinging. High volatility means instability. Low volatility means stability. By lining up these timelines, they could see if crypto usage rose when currencies got shaky. Did people really turn to digital assets when their money was in trouble? The method was simple, massive in scale, and let the data speak for itself. The answer was surprising. The results? Not what anyone expected. Instead of rushing to crypto during currency crises, people actually used crypto apps less as volatility increased. The data showed that, globally, crypto isn't seen as a safe haven. When local money gets shaky, people don't flock to Bitcoin, they step back. This challenges the idea of crypto as digital gold. Instead, crypto behaves more like a high-risk tech stock. Popular when times are good, avoided when fear sets in. For most, it's a speculative bet, not a shield against crisis. This finding forced the financial world to rethink assumptions. When stability disappears, people reduce risk, including crypto. The safe haven story just doesn't match reality for most users. So why is this the case? Why do people avoid crypto when their currency is in trouble? First, fear makes people risk-averse. They want to protect what they have, not gamble. Crypto's wild price swings add more uncertainty, not less. Using crypto in a crisis isn't easy. You need tech know-how, internet access, and working exchanges. Economic turmoil can disrupt all of that. People also trust what they know: physical cash, goods, or established foreign currencies like the US dollar. Crypto's reputation for speculation doesn't help. In a crisis, people want safety, not a lottery ticket. When survival is the goal, a volatile digital asset just doesn't feel safe. The instinct is to seek stability, not more risk. But the story isn't the same everywhere. In countries with total financial collapse, crypto might still be a lifeline. Where the system is broken, the risks of crypto can seem small compared to certain loss. Tech adoption and financial literacy matter too. A young, connected population may turn to crypto more easily. The Morgan Stanley study gives us a global average, but local stories can be very different. More research is needed to understand where and when crypto really acts as a safe haven. The big question isn't just if crypto is a safe haven, but where, and under what conditions, it might become one. Context is everything. At the core of this issue is fear. In a crisis, people instinctively turn to what they know and trust. Crypto, with its jargon and complexity, is still unfamiliar to most. When panic hits, few have the time or energy to learn about wallets and blockchains. Instead, they line up for cash, buy essentials, or seek out US dollars. Familiar strategies feel safer than new technology. For crypto to become a true safe haven, it must become as intuitive and trusted as cash. Trust takes time, years, even generations. Until then, most people will stick with what they know when danger strikes. The human instinct for familiarity is a powerful barrier to crypto adoption in crises. So, what's next? Morgan Stanley's research shows that, for now, crypto isn't the safe haven many hoped for. But the story isn't over. Crypto is still young and technology is evolving fast. As digital assets become more familiar, public behavior could change. Future studies will dig deeper, looking at specific countries and crises. The debate continues. Is crypto a risky bet or a revolutionary shield? For now, it's mostly the former, but the potential remains. The journey of crypto is still unfolding, and its true role is yet to be written. Thanks for joining us. Stay tuned as the story develops.